I fear the worst for Donald Trump. So, guys, clearly something is absolutely going on with them trying to get rid of Donald Trump. Now, we had the assassination attempt back in July, right? So about a month ago. Then he experiences plane or mechanical issues on his plane. That was last week. And then a day or two later, J.D. Vance experiences mechanical issues on his plane. Now, clearly, somewhere around it, I don't believe in coincidence, and not when they happen that close together. Now, plane mechanical issues on a presidential flight and a vice president candidate's flight is highly unlikely, as those planes are looked over 8,000 times before they're even fixed, and then they're fixed and they're looked over 8,000 times again, and then they're released. The fact that there were problems on both of those planes, that they had to make emergency landings, that's a big red flag that no one's talking about. Then Trump's campaign gets hacked and he thinks it was the Iranians. I don't think it was the Iranians at all. It might have been made to look like the Iranians because you can move signals and bounce sources all over the planet. So it could have been here in the United States and they bounced the signal all over the place to end up in Iran. But that's like computer hacker nerd shit. I am under the impression, and I could be wrong, that he is tossing, if you will, or not playing as hard as he should with his presidential candidacy. He's a lot subdued. He's making stupid mistakes. He's attacking Kamala Harris personally when he shouldn't even go after her in that manner. Like, go after her, because of her policies or what she didn't do as vice president. But going after her personally is just a bad move, and it looks bad, especially coming from him, being that everybody, the Democrats, are hanging on his every word, making sure that, if he fucks up, they're all over it. If he blinks the wrong way, they're all over it. And he has to play this as clean as he possibly can. And even if he loses, at least he loses with a little bit of honor. When he started attacking a chick like Kamala Harris on her, being half black, and it doesn't matter even if she is, as a as a presidential candidate, you stay away from that shit. You stay away from it and treat it like it's radioactive. But I think, guys, even after he loses this election, which people are trying to sway me to believe that he's going to win, he doesn't have a shot, because they are going to take it again. And I said this a million times, they're going to take it whether he is winning or not. Even if he, by some miracle, pulls it off in the election, something odd is going to happen that's going to prevent him from entering the office. Now, one or two scenarios can happen keeping him out of office. They can cancel the election. They can cancel transfer of power by way of some disaster that might happen, some pandemic that might break out. We all know what's starting to rear its ugly head. A nuclear war of some kind, even a nuclear detonation, or an act of war against the United States can cancel the transfer of power, can cancel the inauguration, especially if they're on high alert. There's a lot of things that can go down. Or they can cancel the election right before, a couple days, a week before the election, and then an act of war breaks out. Biden takes over, goes, oh man, I can't do this anymore, and then passes out on stage, and then Kamala Harris steps in and goes, well, I'm now the president of the United States, and we are canceling the election because of whatever mumbo jumbo that they're setting in place, and she can keep that going indefinitely. Now, could that spark something on the people's side? I would hope so. I would hope people would come together and fight, but I don't know. The vaginitis that's spread across the entire country, I'm not sure if guys are going to fight. Some might, many won't, leaving the rest of us who are going to fight out in the open, in the trenches by ourselves kind of deal. But they are at all costs not going to allow this man to get into the White House, period. And with Kamala Harris as dumb as she is and as dumb as her advisors are, because her advisors are even stupider than she is, they want her in there because she is absolutely manipulative, or they can manipulate her. Sorry, she is manipulative as a person. That's a different subject altogether. But they can manipulate her. They can use her as the puppet. They can do whatever they want once they get her in office. So there's a lot of scenarios that can happen keeping Trump out of office. Now, if Trump makes it into office, if he gets inaugurated, he gets into office. If he gets to that point, then hopefully I'm entirely wrong, unless he gets assassinated and they're successful this time and J.D. Vance takes over, who I don't trust that guy as far as I can throw him. So there's just a lot of mistrust going on, especially with the media. I mean, everything you Google right now, they're like Biden, Harris's, and they keep saying Biden, Harris. And you notice, guys, they were saying that from the time he went into office, Biden, Harris, Biden, Harris. They kept saying that and putting Harris's name out there because look where we are. Because now Harris can claim this administration as her accomplishment. Meanwhile, she did nothing. Absolutely nothing. This lady, guys, did nothing. They were looking to replace it, like I said before. Now, all of a sudden, all the articles coming out, and they're even changing past articles stating that, oh, the economy under Biden-Harris was better than Trump. Oh, the violence was down during Biden and Harris, but it was up when Trump was in office. It was going up when Trump was in office due to Obama and his bullshit. Not the point. The point is, guys, is that they are changing the narrative for her, and even in the past, they're going back and updating the articles. And when you look at the updates in the article, a lot of the updates are fairly recent, fairly fucking recent. When you look at an old article, and then it says updated, 2024 of like June or July, they started changing shit to make themselves look better in the media. But now the media is turning against Harris, which is a good thing. But let's see if they stay on her and they stay breaking her chops and they stay giving her the business. Because right now, guys, as it seems, she is perfect. She did no wrong. If she did wrong, they have an excuse. If she killed a child, there was a reason for it. If she burned a school bus full of nuns, she had a backup plan and an alibi. So these things, guys, they are changing for her. In fact, her campaign was already caught changing titles in Google search to make her look better when you look things up. Old articles about her are being buried. And I mean, you have to look for old articles about her. Like, really look. And some people like myself, we have time, we can do that. And we're finding a lot of shit about her. And there's more shit coming out about her. And her staff hating her. Hopefully all of that comes out. Hopefully it comes out to the forefront. Hopefully Trump, when he debates her, pushes the point of her being a vice president and doing nothing. That would be his better route in debating her and not attacking her personally. Leaving her mother out of it. Yes, she is an anchor baby, but he doesn't need to bring that up. What he needs to bring up are the stronger points of her failing as a vice president, being in office, and getting nothing done. Anyway, guys, this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel.